Have you ever wondered if the people around you are truly genuine? Sometimes those friendly smiles and sweet words are nothing more than a mask hiding envy and deception. It's easy to think we can tell who's sincere, but detecting true intentions isn't always straightforward. Envy and deceit can be cleverly concealed, making people who harbor these feelings seem particularly dangerous. Imagine this scenario. You've just achieved a significant success at work, and everyone around you is congratulating you. But something feels off. You sense that perhaps someone in that crowd hides their envy behind a veil of well wishes. They might smile, but their eyes betray a different story. These subtle signals could be early warnings of hidden jealousy and falsehood. Today, I'll walk you through 10 effective ways to recognize envy and deceit in others, inspired by the enduring insights of Stoic philosophy. These methods not only help you manage your emotions and maintain inner peace, but also serve as tools to navigate and handle envy and deceit. By applying these principles, you'll grow stronger and wiser in building and preserving relationships, ultimately protecting yourself from toxic connections and aiming for a peaceful, fulfilling life. But before diving into the details, I have a small challenge for you. Watch through the entire video and take in each lesson, as each one is crucial to staying grounded and living peacefully. Comment, "I'm ready to embark on this journey," to show that you're prepared to delve into the deep knowledge of Stoicism. Let's start with the first method, observing their actions. One of the foundational tenets of Stoic philosophy is do not trust words, but trust actions. A person's actions provide the truest reflection of their character and intentions. Words can be manipulated, disguised, and even used to deceive, but actions reveal the truth. When you observe others, pay close attention to any inconsistency between their words and their actions. Some people may seem friendly and supportive through their words, but betray that sentiment in their actions. For example, a coworker might applaud your success publicly, yet secretly criticize or belittle your efforts behind your back. It's these actions, not their words, that reveal their true intentions. Consider this. Have you ever felt that someone said one thing but did another? Has someone ever promised to help you but then never followed through? Such inconsistent actions are clear indicators of insincerity, often stemming from envy. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." Actions are irrefutable evidence of a person's character. Take the example of a friend who always promises to be there for you, but disappears when you're in need. This is a clear sign of insincerity and unreliability. Actions like these expose someone's true nature far more accurately than words ever could. Observe how people behave when no one is watching, or when there's nothing to gain. You'll often find their authentic selves. This approach not only helps you see the nature of friends and coworkers, but also encourages you to reflect on your own behavior. Remember, our character is shaped by what we do, not just what we say. The second method involves assessing their reactions to your success. In everyday life, people's reactions to your achievements can reveal their true feelings. Those who are envious often reveal resentment and struggle to hide their discomfort when they see others succeed. They might try to diminish the value of your accomplishments with baseless criticism or offer insincere congratulations, laced with underlying dissatisfaction. This not only harms relationships, but also exposes a darker side of their personality. There's a saying, the only person you should try to surpass is who you were yesterday. Those who genuinely respect and support you will celebrate your growth and success, understanding that each achievement marks progress on your personal journey. In contrast, envious individuals see your success as a threat, a reminder of their own lack of effort or unfulfilled goals. Think back to the last time you achieved something significant. How did those around you respond? Did your close friends and family truly rejoice with you? Through their reactions, you can discern who is sincere and insightful. Supportive people will share your joy and commend your hard work, encouraging and uplifting, without a trace of negativity. On the other hand, those who are envious or insincere will attempt to minimize or undermine your success. They may spread rumors, make baseless criticisms, or even attempt to undermine your success. These individuals often offer subtle criticisms or dismiss your accomplishments, attributing them to luck rather than acknowledging the effort you invested. When you recognize someone like this in your life, the question arises, how will you respond? Do you confront envy and deceit head-on, or do you create distance to protect yourself? Remember, according to Stoic philosophy, it's crucial to let go of things beyond our control, focusing instead on self-improvement and nurturing authentic relationships, rather than getting caught in the cycle of envy and deception. Genuine character reveals itself not just in how a person reacts to your achievements, but also in how they treat those who hold less power or influence. Watch how people interact with those who don't benefit them. Stoicism teaches that respect and compassion are due to everyone, especially to those in lesser positions. A noble spirit never looks down on others. Observing how people treat those with less status is a powerful way to gauge their sincerity. Truly thoughtful individuals, whether in positions of power or as ordinary people, treat everyone with respect and kindness, recognizing the inherent value in each person regardless of status. When interacting with a politician or a server, for example, their sincerity and respect should remain constant. In contrast, those fueled by jealousy or deceit only act kindly when it benefits them or when they're being observed, often looking down on or mistreating those who can offer them nothing. If someone's attitude shifts dramatically between those with authority and those without, take note, envy and dishonesty often surface in interactions with those seen as lesser. Take, for instance, a colleague who warmly greets the boss but shows disdain for the service staff. This behavior betrays a lack of respect for people, favoring only power and self-interest, revealing insecurity and small-mindedness. Observing how others treat those with less status not only reveals their character, but also allows for self-reflection. How do you treat those less advantaged? Acknowledging and improving any shortcomings in your own behavior brings you closer to embodying true Stoicism. Remember, how someone treats the vulnerable is the most reliable measure of their character. Differentiating between genuine praise and flattery is another valuable skill. Excessive flattery is a clear indicator of deceit and jealousy that often goes unnoticed. Genuine praise is constructive, but when it crosses a certain threshold, you should question it. The focus should not be on what others say about you, but on what you believe about yourself. Self-worth should not hinge on compliments, particularly when they don't come from the heart. Are these compliments truly deserved for the accomplishments you've achieved? When you receive excessive praise, ask yourself, does this person have an ulterior motive? Are they attempting to exploit me? Over-the-top flattery often signals insincerity. Those who use it may be hiding envy or seeking to manipulate you. Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Compliments, though satisfying, should be met with caution if they carry an ulterior motive. Excessive flattery can lull you into a false sense of security, making you vulnerable to manipulation. Rather than being swept up in false praise, learn to evaluate it objectively. Hold firmly to your core values, and don't let flattery cloud your judgment. For example, in the workplace, you may notice that some colleagues frequently flatter you, but offer no help when you need it. They might act friendly and commend you in public, but criticize or gossip behind your back. Recognizing and dealing with excessive flattery can help you avoid insincere and envious people, encouraging you to live more authentically. Always question the motivations behind praise and consistently affirm your self-worth in a genuine way. Consistency in behavior is yet another important indicator. When assessing someone, pay attention to how they act across various situations. Do their actions align with their words? Talking the talk is easy. Walking the walk is far more challenging. Stoic philosophy encourages us to see whether someone's behavior matches their beliefs and declarations. This is one of the most effective ways to identify jealousy and deceit. Observe if a person upholds their principles and values consistently, or if they shift their attitudes and actions based on convenience or personal gain. Those driven by envy and dishonesty struggle to maintain this consistency. Some people might act warm and genuine when they can gain something from you, only to turn cold and ruthless when you're no longer useful to them. Imagine someone who publicly praises you, only to complain behind your back about your success. You might notice subtle, inconsistent behaviors when they compliment you, small gestures that seem off, and this inconsistency doesn't just happen once, but repeatedly. When these odd signs appear, don't rush to conclusions. Instead, practice patience and observe to see if their actions consistently contradict their words. It's essential to determine whether their behavior is a one-time occurrence or part of a larger pattern. If someone shows a completely different face when you're not around, that's a strong indication of envy and deceit. Another key indicator is how they react when criticized. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, believed that we should meet criticism with patience and calmness. When dealing with envious and insincere people, notice how they respond to constructive feedback. Sincere people will accept criticism and use it to improve themselves, whereas those driven by envy and deceit often react defensively or with anger, refusing to acknowledge their weaknesses or take responsibility for their actions. For instance, a friend or colleague may become visibly uncomfortable when you offer sincere feedback. They may feel threatened by your insight or your success and respond harshly to defend their fragile ego. In contrast, those who respond to criticism with humility are usually genuine people who value self-improvement. Observing others' reactions to criticism helps you distinguish between those who are sincere and those who are controlled by envy or deceit, enabling you to choose relationships that support your growth and distance yourself from those who might bring you down. Envy and deception are widespread in modern life, often hiding behind smiles and sweet words. The Stoic-inspired methods we're discussing today offer practical ways to recognize these negative traits in others and protect yourself from their harmful influence. By observing actions, assessing reactions to success, noting how they treat those less fortunate, distinguishing between genuine praise and flattery, and seeing how they handle criticism, you can identify envious and deceitful people in your life. Applying these principles, remember that Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and emotions. While you can't change someone's nature, you can choose how to respond. Surround yourself with genuine people and let go of those whose actions are clouded by envy and deceit, guiding you toward a more peaceful, authentic life. Another subtle clue lies in unintentional comparisons. In daily life, we encounter these unconscious comparisons, and they're more than harmless comments. They can signal envy and deceit. According to Stoicism, listening to and understanding these comparisons is an effective way to identify people who may be envious or insincere. When someone unconsciously compares you to others, they often reveal more about their insecurities than about you. These comparisons frequently stem from insecurity and jealousy. For example, if a coworker regularly compares your achievements to others, it may indicate they feel threatened by your progress. People who frequently compare you to others might be trying to undermine your worth, making you feel undeserving. This behavior often masks their insecurities and creates an illusion of superiority. Imagine you reach a significant milestone at work, and rather than congratulating you, a colleague says, "Good job, but I think JN is still better." This is more than an innocent comparison, it's a sign of envy. That colleague may feel envious of your success and is attempting to downplay it. Paying attention to these unconscious comparisons helps you identify who genuinely supports you. True friends don't need to compare you to others to show admiration or respect. They appreciate you for who you are, without drawing comparisons. Ask yourself, who in your life often makes these unconscious comparisons? Are they truly trustworthy? How do you feel when you hear comparisons intended to diminish your accomplishments? Stoicism advises us to regard this as an external factor, something beyond our control. This clear distinction allows us to protect our inner peace. Observe how people respond to personal failure. Stoic philosophy teaches that failure is not only a measure of patience and maturity, but a mirror reflecting a person's true character. A person's real motives and nature often reveal themselves most clearly in times of failure. Those who are genuinely strong and honest will approach failure with humility, viewing it as a learning opportunity. They understand that failure is an inevitable part of life, one that offers growth and self-improvement. They don't blame others or hide their setbacks. Instead, they openly acknowledge mistakes and seek to improve. These are the people you can trust and admire. In contrast, individuals consumed by envy or deceit respond to failure very differently. They tend to search for external excuses, blaming circumstances or others, rather than learning from their mistakes. These people often try to conceal their failures or justify their actions, even going so far as to speak poorly of others or create stories to protect their ego. Have you ever encountered someone who always blames others when things go wrong? If so, have you considered this as a possible sign of envy and dishonesty? To better recognize these patterns, pay attention to whether someone is willing to admit their mistakes when they fail. Do they strive to learn and change, or do they deflect responsibility and blame others? An honest person won't hesitate to acknowledge mistakes and work to improve, while a deceitful one is always quick to defend their ego and avoid the truth. As Marcus Aurelius noted, the true nature of a person is most clearly seen in difficult times. This wisdom captures the essence of Stoic philosophy, reminding us that how someone faces failure speaks volumes about who they truly are. Take time to observe how those around you deal with failure. Don't let surface-level words or actions mislead you. Have you ever experienced similar situations as I've described? If so, share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your insights. Evaluate how they share personal information. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The way a person shares information not only reflects their inner thoughts, but also reveals the sincerity or insincerity of their character. Stoic philosophy encourages us to consider how someone speaks about their successes and failures. A genuine person shares their experiences with humility, emphasizing the lessons learned. In contrast, a deceitful person often exaggerates their achievements, even fabricating details to impress or manipulate others. Ask yourself, does this person seem overly proud of their accomplishments? Do they emphasize minor details to make their story more credible? Equally important is how they discuss their failures. A sincere person isn't afraid to acknowledge their mistakes and talk about what they learned. In contrast, a deceitful person tends to avoid discussing their failures, or if they do, they shift blame onto others, circumstances, or external factors rather than taking responsibility. This tendency signals a lack of integrity and an inner insecurity. Envious people often spread personal information about others with malicious intent. They may share secrets that were entrusted to them, or twist the truth to damage someone's reputation. When someone spreads negative or misleading information, they're attempting to manipulate others' perceptions and create chaos, reflecting their own insecurities and weaknesses. In everyday conversations, pay attention to these indicators. Does this person often speak poorly of others? Do they frequently compare themselves to others to boost their own status? Such remarks are more than petty schemes. They reveal a warped, envious spirit. As we sharpen our awareness of these behaviors, it becomes easier to protect our peace of mind from negative influences. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss upcoming content. See you in the next video.